Oh shit, good morning. It's 8:12 on Wednesday, February 19th. I know this is a bit late, but I'll just show you the trade I took Monday. So if we go, let me see if I can find this. This is the trade I took. And alright, let's go to the hourly. I took it on oil, and as you can see, this is where we had a slight uptrend, then continuing the downtrend. So I was like, okay, we're just gonna continue, just like last time with the oil. So we were making lower lows, and then we made a lower high. This was a higher high, but it had a lower low. So I was like, okay, we just continue the trend. So we went up, and then we went down, and this is where you see the big fair value gap from the last trade I took. I just don't know why I didn't move it. No, that was this one. Let's just get rid of that. Get rid of these. These are the trades I took last week. Don't know why I didn't move them. So the trade I took was this one. And as you can see, we have this leg down, and we have equilibrium right here. And we'll get into that once we see this. So we have a 1 hour fair value gap. So I was actually just waiting for us to come up within equilibrium and into this fair value gap, and then for us to continue downwards. So when we go to the 15-minute, oh shit, there we go. Then you see right here, we have the fair value gap right here, continuing down, going up, and then we form this fair value gap. We tap into this, go a bit upwards again, as you can see. Obviously it was from here to here, but every time we tapped into it, you can see we have a lot of dojis, and it ended up being like this big. But now we just, because basically this didn't get respected. And I was just waiting for us to come within equilibrium to take the trade, but I let myself get stressed because we had plans that day and we wanted to get moving. So instead of waiting for a better trade and for us to come up within equilibrium, I just took it off of this. So we had a fair value gap, so whenever we went up, let me see, I just ended up, instead of waiting for us to come up into this area right here, as we did up here where I got stopped fucking out, because I was not being patient enough. So as you can see, we went up and then we continued down, and I should just have waited for us to come up within equilibrium and up into this fair value gap, which we did on this candle where I got stopped out. Instead, I just took the trade and then forgot about it, basically. Went on the business we had to do that day. And I just took, you see, a very small risk reward, which was a good risk reward compared to the fact that we saw an uptrend afterwards. I would have liked it to be down here, just because we're continuing down the trend, but that would have been way too big, so you should have put it around here, this fair value gap, because we learned 3 risk reward of 3 is too big, but I put it right here. 1.5 is good, it's decent, and we would have hit that if I just would have been patient enough to come within equilibrium. Then the trade would have looked like this. Then we are taking profit right there, and stop would have been up here, so we would have risk reward of 3. You see, way better trade. I should just have been more patient. Let me see. Coming into yesterday, I took a trade off of Pepe. We had seen 5% upwards and then 7% downwards. I thought we were gonna do a little bit upwards again, just continuing this. We've seen just a lot of ups and downs, and I thought, yeah, I mean 3%, that should be easy to do, considered we just did 7 and we did 5 and we did 7, I think. I was like, we can continue that. Obviously we couldn't. I took the trade-off of the fact that we swept liquidity right here, and I was seeing a breakup structure. Let me just get down into it. Yeah, so I saw a liquidity sweep right here, breakup structure coming back into this fair value gap, and that is when I took the trade. Whoa, my voice. So that's when I took my trade, and I just put it up to these highs over here. Considering the fact that we haven't been in an uptrend or a downtrend, really, we've just been consolidating within a 10% mark. So I put stop relatively close, 1%, and that would have been a risk reward of 3. And I took it off this candle right here, where we saw we came within this fair value gap, and then, yeah, obviously got stopped out right here. Lucky enough, because we went down. Now we're almost coming up to that level again, so exciting to see what's gonna happen. Today we have Thursday, the 21st. No, the 20th. Wow, what the fuck. Okay, so the trade I took yesterday was off of oil. I've been liking oil a lot lately. Just because price action has actually been readable. And yeah, as you can see, we're in this uptrend, and that's on the 5-minute. We can just go to the hourly, where you can see the same as always. Let's see where we at. Oh my fucking god. So we have these highs that we took out right here, and then we saw breaker structure to the downside. I don't know why I switched it up in my brain. If you look at this, so I was looking for a liquidity sweep, so I was like, okay, when we reach these highs, then we're gonna see a dip in price action, and so we did. So you can see we got up here and then go down, but I don't know why I switched around that we would see a liquidity sweep on the and breaker structure to the upside. And I should just have noticed the fact that we were sweeping, go down, and then sweep some liquidity. Yeah, so I don't know what I was thinking, because obviously we should see this liquidity get taken out, either this or this. Instead I was looking for liquidity up here. I think I've been going for too many shorts lately, so I was like, okay, and then we just take it, yeah, mixed around in my head. Obviously we got stopped out right here, on this little wick. Yeah, I just did this trade wrong, even though I knew I was doing it right, you know, because I was like, okay, we see a breaker structure right here, so sweep, breaker structure. That's the thought I had, which I know was wrong now that I look at it, because we should see the sweep, obviously sweep of this liquidity right here, and then a breakup structure. And that's what I should have taken the trade off of, where the trade obviously would have looked like something like this. So stop beneath the sweep, and then I just took off of the highs from over here. From these highs were my targets. And that's how the trade should have looked. And I've had a problem getting stopped out lately. You can also see on Pepe, where I get stopped out. Obviously it was a good thing right here, but yeah, I thought, you know, liquidity sweep, breaker structure, you know, and then fair value gap entry, bang. That would be the best trade you could take. I just have to notice what I am doing more and be more concentrated. So today, oh my god, we're gonna get stopped out again. Oh my fucking god, what is wrong with this? So today I was like, okay, we have liquidity down here, sweep, and then break of structure. We didn't quite hit these, but we did hit these and did it well. And then a break of structure, and I was like, okay, we have fair value gap and fair value gap, and then on this wick, yeah, we got stopped right there. On this wick, god damn it, I'm gonna move this. I entered off of this. Let's go to the 5 minute actually. So you can see it was on this one where we had the fair value gap in these, and then I did a fair value gap entry to see more growth. But because we're in an uptrend even on the hourly, you can see we're going downtrend, and then we have right here a break of structure. Then I could actually take a trade off of this fair value gap now. Should we do that? Let's do that. Yeah, so we got stopped out. Okay. Because this got invalidated on these, you see, on this one. But now we're going back up. Okay, I'm gonna click buy. Now we're in again. So I click buy right here, and risk to reward could just be, I just want to see myself win, be right for once, because we know we're in an uptrend. Even though we saw a 5 minute break of structure, it's really just a 15 minute retreat. Oh, we actually, but are we close beneath these lows? Yeah, we, no. Maybe it was foolish of me not thinking this through, because we're in an uptrend, but 15 minute break of structure. But on the hourly, it's more of a retracement, and higher time frames hold higher power. That's what we know. But we haven't swept these lows yet. We swept those. So whoop whoop, break of structure. No, let's go to the 4 hour and see where we're at. See, on the 4 hour, that it's actually just a retracement, all of this. So we could potentially try to reach these highs. Let's see, I will just remove all these lines. This was just for the trade yesterday. I can remove that now that I've gone through it. Let's see, we go down, lower low. This is, I've told this many times. Higher high, but lower low. But higher low, lower high, and then we get these. So it's a higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low. So we should be in an uptrend now. So let's go to the 15 minute. And let's just see. Sorry, my computer can't handle recording, screen records. Okay, so we're just in an uptrend. So if I put my stop, this is the lowest point of the retracement. So it should be good. If we just respect this fair value gap. Oh, we did not. We did not. We actually poked right through it right there. Well, and then we have this imbalance right here. All of this, which we aren't really covering yet. Okay, so if I put my stop beneath this, and then I know it's a bad risk reward right now, but we try reaching these highs. And that's off of the very high time frame. So off of the 4-hour retracement and the 1 hour. That's what this trade is. Let's see if this is correct. So I'm gonna set the trade up right here. Stop down there. Take profit up here. Okay, so the trade is live now. Let's hope for the best. Now you're seeing the thought process at least. Okay, so we finally hit take profit. It's currently, okay, so it's been 8 hours. But during those 8 hours, I really just did exactly what you saw, everything I did. So, playing into the fact that we're in an uptrend, I just took the trade off of that fact. You can see it all right here. On the lower time frames, you can see we took it right here on this candle in this fair value gap, but right after that happened, we continued down into this imbalance, this huge, it's a 1 hour fair value gap right here. So we can just delete that because we drew right into the order block. So if I had been patient enough and believed it could, I actually didn't think that it would be able to reach all the way down here to the order block, just because of the fact that we just skyrocketed basically. But if I would have waited just, I mean, it's 15 minutes, if I had just waited for that much longer, then it would have been a crazy risk reward. Look at this. We would have entered like potentially all the way down here in the order block itself, and that would have been a risk reward of 10. We didn't do that though. We had 2.1, which is a good risk reward. I like that. Played it safe, and I'm happy I did that. Played off of the larger time frames, and you can see we took profit just a minute ago. Actually, we did earlier, but for some reason the app didn't. It messed around. I think it's because it was during such a long time. But you see, order block entry could have been achieved. I should have definitely waited until equilibrium was hit. That would have given me, just look at that. I mean, almost an entire point in risk reward. That would have been awesome, but nonetheless, we won. This is the first trade I've won this week, which feels so nice to finally actually do things right. And what we were looking for this time was a sweep of liquidity. We actually only swept this. We were barely sweeping this. And then a break of structure. And we saw the break, and it happened. Let's see, yeah. So just at 9, oh my fucking god. At 9 we reached the top, and I should just have waited and been more patient. It would literally have been like at most an hour. And making $100 for an hour's worth of work sounds good to me. Very good. So I should just have waited for the order block. So note to self in the future, remember the trend, follow the trend, look. So if we're going upwards, don't look for a sweep of this liquidity, because when we do that, that's going down. So we should only look for a sweep of highs when we're looking for shorts, and a sweep of lows when we're looking for longs. That's the big take from today. I don't know what the fuck is. I've just been overcomplicating things, I think, in my head. Yeah. Most times it actually reaches equilibrium. This was the perfect setup if I had just waited a little longer. But yeah, sometimes I wait too long. and it was a good trade. It was a very good trade. You can see it just keeps on going, and I could probably have set my take profit all the way up here. Hello. But I was just trying to reach previous day highs. That was actually just it. But I could imagine that during the night, then we hit tomorrow, we could probably take out these and short from there. Probably. Note to self from today. Equilibrium is often hit. Trade with the trend. For some reason I've not been doing that, but I've just been lucky last week especially. And very unlucky this week. Just try reach previous day highs. That worked out just fine. Especially when we had such a leg down. When you see it off of the 4 hour. It's really not a big deal. It's just a retracement. And that's actually what I think I should do more of. Just follow the trend on the 4 hour. And do longer sessions, like longer times in the trade. But catching a way bigger reward, basically. Instead of making $20, then I could make like $100. We try reach these. Yeah, Tuesday highs could have been a take profit. And then all the way up here could potentially be a take profit. And because this is actually just a retracement on the daily, if you look at this. If you look at this, then we are going down, so it's actually just a retracement, but potential break of structure on the daily. So we'll see what happens. So it's Friday the 21st, and today we have, let's see, not that, the 21st. See, so we have a lot of PMIs, so we're calling it off today. It's too much news, but what I was looking for was something like yesterday, where we just continue our trend and potentially reach these highs. So you can see this was yesterday, we were just going down, and I took the trade right here somewhere, and then up here. So we're just continuing that trend retracement and then continue, basically. So when we go to the hourly, there's not really much to say. It looks quite alike, though we have not a lot of positive movement right here. Let me show you on the 15 minute, because on the 15 minute we have liquidity line right here, and we have equilibrium beneath this line. So that's from the high yesterday to the low. And then let's see if we can do this. I just drew out what I would like to see, but probably not what will happen due to all of the news. But we're coming down. See, sweep this liquidity, but no break of structure, so we can just delete that. Then we have liquidity line beneath these lows. We also came beneath that. And actually we're all the way down here, sweeping these this liquidity line down here beneath these lows. And then I just drew out what I thought would happen, so what I would like to happen at least. And that is, we break structure, then we come down, collect more orders in the order block, and that's where my entry would be. And then we just continue throughout the day until we reach the previous day highs, where I put my take profit. That would be a risk reward of 4.9. Yeah, but there will be no trading today due to the amount of news. That's it for this week. Learned quite a lot actually. and I think I've come up with my own view on the strategy. So I'm not a I don't like the small changes that much. I like to look at the bigger picture, and just I can set the whole day off to just do shit. Like, it can run in the background. I mean, it's gonna happen nonetheless. I mean, take profit is gonna be hit, or stop loss gonna get hit. So I don't have to look at it. So I like to see it play out during the entire day and just check up on it every now and then, to see if I was correct. But I want to look at it the entire day and spend the entire day just looking at a screen, watching candlesticks move, because that causes anxiety. And instead I would do like I did yesterday, just go out camping basically, and have a good time, and then let it play out. And when you do it that way, somehow it ends up great. So thank you for watching this week's trading recap. Next week is gonna be a lot better.